I should probably mention this because it's come up so much in the past, but a couple of years ago, there was a huge scandal. And unfortunately, it has tarnished the Catholic Church inadvertently. What happened was our Episcopal brothers, the Episcopal Church in Haiti, they have one diocese. We Catholics have 10. And in their one diocese, Haiti is one diocese for them. They had a bishop, but then he retired and they didn't have a new bishop. So they had a committee that was set up of priests, a committee of priests to an executive committee to lead the church before they can get a new bishop. Well, it turns out some of these guys were corrupt, really corrupt.
In the Anglican?
In the Anglican Church, right?
Okay.
Or the Episcopal Church, which is part of the Anglican Communion.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, customs found a container full of stuff, but in those things, there were guns and ammunition. But it was destined to the Episcopal Church. So at first, they were like, no, we don't know what you guys are talking about. We're not expecting any containers. So they're like, oh, okay, yeah, so big mistake. No, after a lot of investigation, they realized, no, it was coming. And these guys, that's not the first time. They've been getting guns in and wiring money to somebody in the States to be able to get those guns and then passing those guns on to the gangs.
Wow.
So obviously, huge scandal, and it hurt the whole church, I would say. And by that, I mean, not only
Christians.
the Episcopal Church, but mostly the Catholic Church.
Really?
And even Protestants to some degree, because we're all considered church. And so people are like, there's church people, and then there's no church people.
Sure.
This is a church people thing that just happened. You guys talk about Jesus, and you're supposed to be evangelizing and working for peace. But the thing is...
Trying to disassociate from the Anglicans or the Episcopal. We don't know them.
Actually, so here's the other issue, is that our Conference of Bishops in Haiti, here you have USCCB, the United States Conference of Bishops, right? In Haiti, we have CEH, Conférence Episcopal d'Haïti, the Episcopal Conference of Haiti. We use the same word, Episcopal, and yet they're the Episcopal Church. We have the Episcopal Conference. So people heard the Episcopal Church, they're like the Catholic Church. And because our conference would put out notes, always the Episcopal Conference of Haiti. So they think we're the exact same thing. Plus, the Episcopal brothers, they're priests. They're called, they're called Father. They have parishes. They have patronal feasts. They look like the Catholic Church. And so everyone thought that the Catholic Church was bringing guns into Haiti to murder our own people. And we're the biggest one. We got 10 dioceses, right? And so to this day, so many people still don't know the difference between, they don't know that we didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
So when I'm on social media, especially, in different media.
Yep.
And there's many till this day will simply like, why don't you stop bringing guns into the country? I'm like, it wasn't me.
Right.
It wasn't my church. And it wasn't, to be fair, it wasn't all Episcopal priests. There was a few bozos. Yeah, but unfortunately, really bad apples placed in the highest position that they could be placed in the country, in the executive committee. And it's not the whole Episcopal Church. And so I wouldn't throw away the whole Episcopal Church.
Well, just checking. Now's your opportunity.
Right? But and so I had to explain that so many times, but I realized they're just not going to get it. They don't care. And then I'll make a difference. Somebody will realize it, or they'll make an accusation and I'll ask them to prove it. Of course, they can't. And so they call you stupid.
Right. And is the media playing along with this?
The media
so
was
much?
playing along. Okay. Now they're kind of a bit more quiet because I think they realized the blunders that they did.
Yeah.
But when this first came out, there were people literally calling for the heads of Catholic priests in Haiti. There was this guy who his channel must have had like over 200,000 subs.
Yeah.
A Haitian guy. He was literally saying, if you see one of these vehicles that priests usually drive, stop it, get out your machetes, cut their heads off.
Okay, so literally want your head.
Oh yeah, literally, like to kill us. And people are calling for that. And but the thing is, I think there are some enemies of the church who know the difference, who just didn't care, and they're just taking advantage of that situation in order to try to break down the church. But thankfully, the Church of Jesus Christ is strong. And we'll mess up. We have messed up, but the Lord always has a way of protecting His church, and it's beautiful. It's powerful how that is. So yeah.
Because did the sex abuse crisis scandal hit Haiti in the way it did much of the Western world?
No.
So would you say that in Haiti there's like a general sort of reverence towards the priest?
There is.
Compared to here?
There is.
Yeah, so you didn't need this.
Correct. But I do feel that this general reverence is decreasing a little bit. With things like that, like a container full of guns coming into the country in the name of the Episcopal Church. And people thinking that's us. And people feel like the church has kind of lost her authority. And because of all the crises, the political crises in the past couple decades, they feel like the church used to have greater authority. The church used to be able to, what in their mind, stand with the people. They kind of feel now that maybe the church is not speaking out enough. Some people think, well, what else could she say? And there was one deal that was kind of helped to be brokered by our cardinal, and the deal went bad, and so because it went bad, then people thought, well, it's the fault of the Catholic Church, when they were just trying to help, and so there are some things that happen that make it look like that maybe we don't have as much authority anymore. Also, I think there are cases of you hear of cases of brothers who get into a couple different corrupt situations, maybe who father children, but it's not like proven, but people are talking about it, and people are like, oh, I know so-and-so has a child. I'm like, I know the child, stuff like that. So people are kind of feeling like, why are you guys putting up a front? Like, stop putting up, so they feel like, okay, you guys are just hypocrites. So there's some of that out there. And of course, we have competition. The competition used to be, basically, secularism, some secularism, but Haiti is not, I wouldn't say Haiti is like a secular place. Haiti is a very religious place, very religious. The great majority of Haitians are religious to some degree. They might not go to church, not all of them, but they're religious. They're spiritual people. And that spirituality is divided amongst the Catholics, the many Protestant groups, which could be looked at, in some sense, like a competition, if you will. Especially the fundamentalists. They work hard to get Catholics out of the church.
Yeah.
And it's a sad situation. It's a sad state. But they have a concerted effort to do that. They have a plan. They don't just sit back and say, maybe people will come to our church. They go and get them. And even if they have to lie to them, I've had to deal with that as well.
Man, have you checked out Exodus 90 lately? If you've heard of Exodus 90 before, you're probably thinking of cold showers and Lent. But the Exodus 90 app offers so much more. It's a daily companion to help you grow closer to God and to become the man you want to be. This summer, I'm following along with the app's daily scriptures, reflections, and prayers. It's awesome. On the app, you can join the Enthronement to the Sacred Heart, the Exodus 90 Summer Book Club, and St. Michael's Lent, which starts August 15th and leads up to the Feast of St. Michael the Archangel on September 29th. St. Michael's Lent is an ancient tradition of prayer and fasting popularized by St. Francis in the Middle Ages that's been lost in our time. Let's bring it back. Join the men of Exodus 90 and Father Carlos Martins, Catholic priest, exorcist, and host of the Exorcist Files, who will serve as our spiritual guide for St. Michael's Lent this year on the Exodus 90 app. We will awaken to invisible realities and enter into the spiritual battle that rages around us all the time. Go to exodus90.com/Matt for a 14-day free trial to the Exodus 90 app and to learn more about St. Michael's Lent. That's exodus90.com/Matt to join us for St. Michael's Lent starting August 15.